friends, family, other creatures of the sea, and also humans on the land. Today we have Maru versus Serral here in the Masters Coliseum 7. I see both players beautifully sitting there. Actually, Serral this morning, I spoke with Serral on voice and video. I had a cheeky little call with him. Perhaps a video was recorded, who knows? Had a good time. I messaged him a couple of days back. I was like, hey, Serral, would you be, want to join me for this unspecified series name? And he said, yeah, sure. I'm down. That sounds fun, Harstem. So, all right. And then we had to plan around what dates. And then we settled on the 16th because he wasn't going to play there. But then they switched the schedule around. Even Serral wasn't aware of it. So we ended up scheduling the rank roulette, of course it is, with Serral today. And I said, is that a problem? He said, no, it's no problem. So 9 a.m. fresh and early. I think he wakes up every day quite early to walk the dog. He has a dog. He loves going on walks. He's a huge fan of walking, taking in the sights. Serral lives the life of a retired millionaire. That's actually what he does. Like, his hobbies are going on walks with his dogs, going to the park or something, and he likes golf. And then I guess he games as well on the side. But he's a legit retired millionaire. That's what he is. Alright, let's take a look at this game. A couple of Reapers popped out. This is do I see a third Reaper or just double Reaper? I think it's double Reaper here, or triple Reaper today. Triple CC, triple Reaper. This is the build that a lot of the Koreans have been using. We saw Beyond use it against Rainer the other day a couple of times as well. And he got 2 kills, which is much more than you usually get. Usually with the first 3 Reapers, you're honestly kind of okay with just denying the third base for a little bit. But Maru is doing everything at once. He's denying that third base a little bit. He's gonna get a couple of link kills. Needs to be careful though that he doesn't get caught, doesn't get trapped in a corner here. The 2 drones though is... The 2 drones are bad. The 2 drones are really bad. That's not a good look, Serral. I don't want to flame you. But, ooh, lose a tumor too. If he gets those Reapers, that tumor was worth it. But Maru's controlling this quite well. Actually, Maru's controlling this really well. He's gonna get a couple of links. I really do hope that Serral gets the Reapers for his effort. You see the 3 links already running around, trying to set up that surround. Just some good anticipation of what's about to come. Hatchery goes down way after the triple CC goes down, though, on the side of Maru. Opening-wise, I think this is as good as you can realistically hope for against a player of Serral's caliber, right? Now, if Maru had played against my Zerg and he only got 2 drones, he would be slightly confused, a little bit disappointed in himself, and he probably would flame something. However, against Serral, getting 2 drones, that is huge. That is absolutely massive. Good control there early on. Serral double overlording as well, a little bit supply block. Perhaps the ranked roulette games from earlier today still, have him shook. Because there were some games in there. Some of the games of StarCraft 2 were definitely played and we watched them. Oh boy. Yeah, he has some good things to say about these people as well. Serral's very funny this morning. Some people just function well in the morning. Some people, sometimes you notice as well when you speak with people in the morning and they just woke up and they're not fresh yet. They're not quick on their feet. Serral had been up for 3-4 hours already at 9 a.m. this morning. He was ready to go, man. Practicing his builds against Maru. Oh, he was having a good time. Can you move the camera up? Yeah, of course I can move the camera up, buddy. Here you go. I can make it a bit smaller as well. I'm very large. And I'm already very large, so the camera doesn't need to do that as well. Is this a recording? I think they played yesterday. No, they were gonna play yesterday. But then they didn't. We got tricked, yes. Everyone got tricked. Serral got tricked, Liquipedia got tricked, I got tricked, you guys got tricked. It's a massive scam here by the WTL organizers. To keep us hyped for another day. They were edging our hype. Unbelievable. Alright. 1-1 upgrades coming out of Serral. So, Evo's pre-lair, now Baneling Nest. This often does mean that the first push could be hard to hold. Because you're not going to have Banes with Baneling speed. So you probably don't want Banes at all. It's going to have one... This build looks insane, by the way, the Terran build. It's one of these builds where you look at it and you go, okay, that's a good build, Quick 1-1. some early game pressure, combat shield finishing at the same time as 1-1 as the medevac spot. Like, this is such a well-timed build, a well-optimized build. It's very cool to see. Like, some Terran brain put some effort into that, you know? And you know that Terrans, they don't actually have any intellectual capacity, so they all have to just test it. Like, all Terran builds, you know how some people... Oh, this is a good run by, hold that thought. I'll make my joke later. You know how they sometimes say that if you put a room of monkeys, you know, on the typewriters, monkeys on typewriters, if you give them infinite time, just by sheer accident, they'll eventually produce the entire works of Shakespeare, right? Now, it's the same with Terran. We have a lot of Terran, with the intellectual capacity of the average orangutan. And these guys are hard at work, okay? And they have to walk out every path, you know? And then when there's something they like, they write it down on their notepad. They share it with the other monkeys. Oh, cool, that looks good. That's real nice. That's how they get built. A lot of effort was put into it, a lot of time. A lot of time was put into this particular build, because it looks good. It looks very tight, it looks solid. Serral here is trying to make something happen with these lings. He's gonna get a couple of Marines. He's controlling this quite well, have to admit it. As 2-2 is slightly faster for Maru. Maru just going into 4 CC, no shenanigans, no 8 racks, no crap. Is already building Marauders, you see that? This is rare. You know, Maru used to play a double tech lab style. So, for the people unaware, whenever you play TVZ, usually the way you do it is you get a single tech lab. That single tech lab researches both stim and combat shield. And then you get 4 reactors on your next 4 barracks. Then your next 3 barracks get 3 tech labs. So you end up with a 4-4 split. Maru for a while. Hold that thought. It's actually gonna kind of commit. Yeah, we'll be forced to pick up here. Maru for a while was playing a second tech lab, and then he'd start Marauder production really early on. And a lot of Zergs were complaining about it, because it made it difficult for the Banelings to connect with the Marines. And now he's just doing it with a single tech lab, but he's starting to sprinkle in these Marauders much earlier than we usually see. Most Terran players start sprinkling in Marauders the moment their 3 extra tech labs finish up. But Maru starts at a solid minute, maybe minute and a half before, and as a result, some of these side pushes are already going to have Marauder. So we'll see how that will work out for him, if that's going to have a major impact. The control here wasn't very good. Could have definitely been better. This is good control out of Serral, targeting down a couple of SCVs while the planetary is morphing. 5 worker kills with maybe 6-7 links. That is a good trade there for our Finnish Zerg player, who is behind. This is the best Terran map that we're going to play on in this best of 3. It is hard led. Some Zergs even have started vetoing it and playing different maps instead. It is very difficult. This map pool is extremely Terran favored at the moment, as these Banelings are not quite going to get the connections. Serral uncharacteristically floating a crap ton of money as well. Does have 5 bases, but must have been missing some injects here. With 1200 minerals in the bank, he should be much closer to his opponent in supply, but that is not the case. Marauder count relatively high here. Marines will be moved back through these Marauders. No, once again, not what's happening. These mine shots were huge. I think Serral realized as well that that was not necessarily a great trade. Will pick up all of these mines in the end, but is running out of Banes, running out of firepower here. Needs to be real careful with chasing off creep, because this is starting to get a little bit scary. 183 supply against 160. Serral still having loads of trouble spending his cash. Been floating, well, plus 900 minerals for the past minute or so. And it's so hard if you're playing heavy Ling Bane styles to spend that money. Once you start floating, it is difficult to get rid of it. Still, Serral at that 1k mineral mark. Uncharacteristic with a tough start here for the Finn. Is going to push back this left side. That is big. That's going to give him some headspace just to purely deal with that right. But he hardly has any Banelings. His gas count is low. How many gases are we on? Is that 4 or 5? I think we might be on 5 gas. Can't even afford the next set of upgrades. Just now starting the hive. As he manages to spend a good chunk of his cash. Is adding in a couple more drones as well. Wants to go up to 83, 84 workers. These mines are getting decent connections. First map, of course, is going to be played on west, so Serral with higher ping than his opponent, and higher ping than usual as well. I think from Finland you'll probably get somewhere in the range between 160 to 200 ping on US West, which is fairly significant. Maru playing with 120 to 140, something along those lines. Second map will be played on Central, and the third map once again on West. Lynx here sacrificing in to trigger the mines. That went well, but there needs to be a follow-up. Otherwise you just lost 20 Lynx for nothing. So Serral knows right now that he's on a bit of a timer. If these mines get to reset, he just lost 10 supply for nothing. That is not what you want. Queens here pushing forward. Good transfuses being used. 3-3 about to finish up for Maru though. That means that this fight is going to take place with an upgrade advantage for the Terran player. Serral says, your upgrades are nice, but my units are much nicer. Maru floating quite a bit of cash as Serral cleans house, but he is going to be down upgrades for the next 2 minutes still, as Carapace as well as +2 range just now starting. We're heading into a little bit of a mid-game, late-game situation. Early late-game, late mid-game, whatever you want to call this phase. Liberator's already being produced, quick fusion core on the way as well. Maru hasn't really missed a beat in his macro. He was floating a fair amount earlier. Has double starports already, pumping triple medevacs as well as single lips coming out. That fusion core for the advanced ballistics is going to be big. I'd love for Maru to take his extra gases right now though. He's on 8 gas, but I wouldn't even mind if he takes 10. Because he's going to be spending some big cash right now. Yesterday we watched Dark versus Cure. And Cure just low on that ghost count the entire time. And according to Clem, no ship weapon upgrades or advanced ballistics. And all of these upgrades cost so much gas. And right now that is the one resource that Maru really is lacking. Mines being pushed in forward as well. First 2 infestors now coming out too. Oh, here we go. That's a dead base, isn't it? That is absolutely a dead base. 12 workers go down on Maru's side. But that hatchery falls. Now there are some backup hatcheries. This is not really the end of the world, although this one was mining gas. Currently the 3 o'clock, as well as the base above the one that just fell, aren't mining gas. So that is -2 extractors that you're missing in a phase where gas might start to become a little bit more relevant. There's a good push as well here coming out of Maru, who's playing some phenomenal StarCraft 2 at the moment. Oh, as I say that, we get hit by every single bane. Still fine trade. Still a fine trade. No Carapace upgrade done yet for Serral. Resources lost 18k to 22k. As that final snipe is the insult before the guy runs off, you know. You're a loser. And then pisses off. I always feel like ghosts are kind of the bullies from a distance. When it comes to a straight up fight. Well, they're actually also quite strong. Ghosts are just strong in everything. Mine shots not really connecting. Infestor coming in from the back. That fungal was good. Hitting one ghost, a bunch of marines, a couple of marauders as well at the same time. A low amount of lynx is dealing damage at the third base. As 11, 12 workers go down here. Pretty significant once more. Like, if Maru was at 6 command centers right now with, or like 6 orbital commands, I think losing those workers is not the end of the world. But he really isn't that rich. He's mining 2,500 minerals a minute, 28, 2,900 minerals a minute. That's not a whole lot. It really isn't. So he needs to be careful. Because yes, his army is good, and yes, the trades have been decent enough. But Serral really is one good fight away from just crushing his opponent. If Maru pushes too far on creep, loses an army, and loses a planetary, I don't think he's going to recover back into this game. I just don't really see it happening. And that is an issue. That is just an issue for Maru. He needs to get some of the bang going. At the same time, it's also true on Serral's side. Although I feel like so far Serral has definitely been winning the fights rather than losing them. Creep spread is fairly mediocre. I think a lot of that is due to the map layout as well as Maru just being very active. This lip push is going to be mad. We're going to get a little bit of a... I don't really want to call this a base trade. Although it might actually just be a trade in bases. So they might just trade a hatchery for a command center. No, Maru decides to go back home as he's going to lose a lip. I'd actually end up losing that CC if Serral really cares about it. I don't think Serral wants to commit too deep here in case the Ghost managed to, you know, get a couple of snipes off. Top right side base now being taken for Serral already. Serral is uber preparing for a super late game here. And it's nice to see Maru not play world's most boring style. Before, when these two guys played, very often what we'd end up seeing is Maru just sitting back, getting pummeled by Serral over and over and over again. But that's not quite the case. They're definitely trading shots here. Serral's gonna give up this base. I think that's a good call. And probably counterattack once again towards that third. I think you need Hydras in this setup. The moment lips are out, and also the fact that it's an orbital means you can just lift it. So, ooh, takes out that mine, takes out a bunch of workers. If you clear that orbital with like 7-8 Hydras, that would have been a huge move. I really think that would have been a huge move. As Maru's trying to take his 6th right now on that, what is that? Is that like a 2 o'clock or so? 1 o'clock? The top right side of the map. Ship weapons level 1 on the way. He's gonna cancel this hatchery. He's gonna force a cancel. Maru can't cancel buildings for his opponent. He can kill them, but he can't cancel them. I don't think that actually was a cancel. As Serral not really paying attention there. The only vulnerable spot right now in Maru's defense is that left side base. So he probably wants to have a little bit more attention there. Maru's gonna... Okay, I think this is a good call. He says, hey, that top right side base, I might spread myself too thin. And that might mean that my third base becomes very vulnerable too. How about I position my army towards that entire left side? And then the planetaries in the middle and in the very top, they're going to keep my bases alive. And I think this is a good plan. I really like it. I think it's smart. It's intelligent. It's brilliant. Because now in order for Serral to do something, he'll need to attack into a planetary. He can't run through liberators. On this base under some heavy fire, Serral needs to hold that. He can't afford to lose that base. He just lost the base in the middle. Okay, he's gonna lose the base. Currently, Serral on 4 bases with a 5th coming up, but the main, the natural, and the 3rd have been half or fully mined out. That means that Serral's income here is gonna be plummeting. He still has a bit of a bank. A rainy day fund is available. The liberator count is large. It is very, very large. Infestors not burrowed, not coming in with flanks. They're just there with the main army. Lynx, once again running into that third base, might find a weak spot as they manage to run by. Infestor burrowed behind all of this. Vipers abducting in. I think this is good still. Oh my god, Microbial Shroud being used in an actual game? To deal with the liberator, Serral. You beast. That was such an easy looking fight for him. Perhaps the ghost count not quite high enough as Serral crushed that. Holy cow. And now, look at that. That's that infestor in position is not gonna lose it though. That scan, it revealed it. But Maru wasn't paying attention. Holy crap. Freaking Microbial. That's not why he won the fight, but it was cool anyway. It was a nice detail. A nice touch there out of Serral. Very cool. Probably meant a fungal. Probably local. Probably meant a fungal. What an idiot. Can't believe he misclicked. Probably want to fungal his own Hydras there. This planetary is gonna get blasted. There's more Banes moving in forward. Maybe even too many. Rather be safe than sorry. Loads of cash in the bank anyway here for Serral. As Maru right now, he's he's running out. He's running out of cash. He's running out of units. He's adding in way more liberators. His ghost count is phenomenal here though. Holy crap, how many ghosts is that? That is at least 6 ghosts. And I think it might even be more than 6. I count at least 7 here. That is so many ghosts. 24 it's at. Yeah, that's what, more than 7. Orbital command here under fire on the left side. I wonder where you attack right now. Blinding cloud on that turret. It's gonna go for this base. I guess this is where you attack. Could you just right-click that CC maybe? The problem is if you right-click the CC and the snipers come in range, you just end up losing all of your Hydras to the ghost. Oh, Fungal Boy gets caught. Snipers. Oh, Good run by again. Serral, it is such a cool way of playing. Whenever Serral looks at a fight and thinks, hey, I don't think I can fight this directly, or I think I can stall this fight, he just goes for a massive run by or some type of counter attack. And he deals serious damage. Now, he took serious damage as well, though. And Serral's drone's now stuck in the top right. We are not seeing that, but on the mini-map, I'm seeing some type of interaction there. I think they managed to escape, yeah. His hatchery does get blasted there. 40 workers to 53. Once again, usually this would be really good for the Terran. But because the Terran has so little orbitals, I'm not even sure if it is good. Lip count is insane, though. Oh, nice mine dodge. Link's just moving to the side. Cheeky little sidestep over there. Hydra's moving in forward. Yeah, he's too afraid to commit here. He doesn't want to commit to killing an orbital. I understand that, because if he loses 10 Hydras, he's freaking dead. But at the same time, just forcing a lift off doesn't quite feel enough at times. Raven is with the army here for Maru, as burrowed infestors are not going to be a thing anymore because of that. I think the moment you see this liberator siege up, you have to go towards the middle, towards that orbital. Yep, there we go. It's just Ling. But I'm okay with that, because Lings have the ability to come back quickly. Third base also vulnerable to just pure Lings, of course. We shouldn't forget about that. Look at those Lings go, man. That is some serious damage. Bottom left side base under heavy fire, though, as this game is going into overdrive right now. Lings taking... Ooh, tech labs and reactors. This is a serious commitment here coming out of Serral, but it might just be worth it. There's Burrow on these Lings, could force out a couple of scans, and is fighting the production as well. We see the Hydra Infestor Viper army moving towards the left. There are no medevacs to save this, as there is a burrowed Infestor here. Where's that Raven? Raven is with the main army. Big scan coming in, as Cloak Ghost will clear the Lings. Maybe we get a couple of burrows and does a couple of scan force outs. That would be quite nice. Not sure if Maru's paying attention. Okay, gets one scan, doesn't catch all of the Lings though. Gonna need to keep searching. Okay, gets the next couple as well. That is cool. 42 workers to 49. Top right side base being taken, middle base being taken, the general right side base being taken, the 3 o'clock one. As Serral continues expanding, and I think Maru is going to be confined to these, well, initial 5 bases for probably the entirety of this game. As I'm not sure how much longer this game can realistically last. Neither player is mining a whole lot of cash. Neither player has a lot of resources. That means that with the next big fight, it is completely possible that one of the players isn't capable of remaxing. Or neither player is capable of remaxing. Top right side being saturated. 5 more Hydras on the way. Here comes a big fungal. Microbial shrouds being used against those liberators. This is a very interesting fight. Anti-armor missile hitting as well. Parasitic bombs not going down. Liberators on siege. Who the hell is winning? I think I know who's winning, and it ain't the Zerg over here. Ghosts are still alive. Fungal does deny a couple of snipes there, but Serral, in a world of trouble right now, is mining a bunch of cash. Needs to try and take out some of that mining on the top left. That is pretty much the last remaining base, but there are 3 lips in position. This base gets absolutely blasted. As our Finnish Zerg player, despite that interesting microbial shroud engagement into all of those lips, does not quite manage to win that fight. Hydra's here now knocking on the door. Maybe there's still something possible. Couple of Banes, couple of Infestor shots is all you really need. Serral not down and out yet. He doesn't believe so, at least. This orbital in some serious trouble. This is one of the last actual mining bases. Serral mining 2k a minute. Still has that top right side base. Is mining here from the middle. But even if he loses this one, has the top right. Has plenty of gas, so he doesn't give a crap about that. Hydra's coming in from an interesting angle. Here come Banelings. Is there a fungal available? Banelings get connections with every single ghost, as the Hydras are gonna get pushed back. 89 supply to 42. And I do believe that Serral right now is gonna be in some trouble now that the top right side base has been spotted as well. 7 more Hydras are on the way, but perhaps this Hydra squad can actually achieve something. That is 4 lips that are just sitting there by themselves. Marines try to come in and save him. Serral is not giving up quite yet. Both players hardly mining anything. I think this might actually be the first Maru versus Serral that is actually freaking delivering. Holy crap, what a first game. 2 ghosts being taken out as well. Good burrow there coming out of Serral. 100 supply against 86. There's still... Look at the income. It is 100 mineral income for Maru. 400 for Serral. Gonna lose a Hydra. That is big because he only has 46 army supply. The army supply for Maru is significantly larger. But he's gonna lose a couple of these liberators once more. That is 4 liberators that just went down. Oh, drones will get cleared here too. Income in favor of Serral. 3 infestors on the way. This base. Ooh, Hydra versus Marine Marauder. I don't think Serral can fight this. He needs Lings, he needs Banes against this. As maybe a Blinding Cloud can help out. Yes, it can help, but is it enough help? I'm not so sure, as the Ghost now coming in as well. Serral fought like a lion. Tried to make the comeback happen, but in the end, it's not gonna be good enough. Has to tap out. What a sick almost comeback though. Holy crap. Huh. That was so close. That was crazy close. Serral made it way closer than it ever should have been. This was not okay. And honestly, that gives me hope for the series, because both Solaris and Alcyone are significantly better for Zerg than Heartlet is. Heartlet is known to be practically unwinnable. So you're wondering, well, why don't they veto that? Well, because Hecate, Side Delta, and Oceanborn are also considered pretty much unwinnable. Although I think a lot of Zergs right now have started vetoing Heartlet instead. And they'll play a different map. I'm not sure which one. Maybe Oceanborn? That feels awful too. Maybe Side Delta? I don't know. Ooh. A little bit of lag there in the live feed. That sucks. Was there ever a rage quit in StarCraft 2 Pro play? Hell yeah. Many rage quits. You don't remember Idra? Every game Idra lost was basically a rage quit. And in general, it was very common. Did I ever tell you the story of my first big offline tournament that I played? So, I can't remember this guy's name. I think it was called Lalouche. And he was a French Zerg player. He was very well known for raging a little bit. He was very well known for raging quite a bit. And I was playing him in the group stage of DreamHack Summer 2012 in Jönköping. And I immortaled him twice. And at that point, I was very unknown. So I was completely new to the scene, and he was a pretty established pro. Like, he was good. He was definitely favored. I immortaled him twice, and I won twice. And in the second game, as I was walking in his natural, I just continuously started dancing my immortals over and over and over and over. It took him very long to leave the game, and I could hear the keyboard smash from the other side. Yeah, he did not make it out of the group, I think. Poor guy. Yeah. It was on, I think the last game was on Metropolis, I recall. Yeah. I was a little prick, and that's okay. Okay, first Reaper coming out. What's the opener gonna be here? Reaper Marine Factory, so fairly standard. Nothing crazy, just your run-of-the-mill, old-school Terran build order. I think we're gonna be using a single gas opener. Ooh, where the hell did these two links come from? Even Serral isn't quite, you know, he doesn't quite know. It's like, wait, how did I manage to do this? That's freaking cool. Gonna get the hatch now. I didn't quite see what he opened. Was this a pool first or something? No way, right? Ooh. Ah. No. Misses them. Oh, no. Caught them. This game is being played on the central server. Much better ping for Serral here than in the last game. It's gonna be between like 120 and 140. And now Maru's gonna be playing between like 160, 180, 190. Something along those lines. Good old central server. Serves us so well. The triple CC is now on the way. Almost finished. Serral is expecting to lose this Overlord because he created the double one over here. I'm not sure if he will, actually. It's possible he'll lose it. It's also possible it stays alive. <sighs> 16 links on the way. That's a lot of links, no? I don't think I'm crazy to say that 16 links this early is a lot of links. Wonder where they're gonna go. Okay, little run die. Look at that. Maru not paying attention. Oh no, he's gonna get caught here by the links around. Liberator shows up at a very solid timing. That is a big deal. Without that Liberator, every single SCV goes down there. That Lib is a saving. It's an angel. Serral was the angel of death here. He was waiting to be. This was still okay damage, clearing those 2 Hellions, forcing the opponent back for a little bit, taking out 3 SCVs. Losing 80 links though, that is pretty gnarly. Don't forget, if you lose 80 links this early, they could have been drones. They really could have been. I think this was a 6-car opener coming out of Maru. This is very, very similar to how Clem plays quite a bit. Those 6-car into Liberator openers. Sometimes with a Viking, they'll go for 8 cars. Viking into Lib or Lib into Viking. No, that doesn't happen. It's always Viking into Lib. Let's face facts here. 7 more drones on the way as well. Serral's drone count continues rising here. As it should. He's going to play a lair Baneling Nest. Thus will have quick Baneling speed. Last game he played fast Evo Chamber. Different type of setup, 100%. Decent damage. I mean, it's not great, right? If you don't kill all active creep tumors with a scan, it almost feels like a waste of the scan, because A, you're not pushing back the creep, and the other 2 tumors can just be replaced, because there's freaking 7 queens roaming around, or 6 queens. Usually it's 6, I think. So you go 9 queen total. You actually see an extra queen being added in here. Lib also didn't really do very much. Those 5 kills are all links. Nah, Serral, 77 drones, 6 minutes and 47 seconds into the game. That's a lot of drones. There really is a lot of drones. So I think now what you... like, this first push needs to be held by mainly queens. It's going to be mainly queens and then a couple of banes. He actually has a lot. How does he have so much stuff? No wonder I lose to this guy most of the time. Ooh, it's out of position for this though. No link spotter on the map to figure out where this was coming from. Queens weren't ready either. Oh, this is scary because the Banes aren't here. This is scary because the Banes aren't here. Okay, now the Banes show up, coming in with a flank perhaps. A couple of transfuses on this hatch. Serral wants to go, needs to go. Ideally needs to go pre-combat shield. Combat shield finishing up right now just as he hits. What an unfortunate timing for Serral. Still gonna clean it up, but that could have been much, much easier for him if Combat Shield hadn't quite finished yet there. He fought without 1-1 against Combat Shield. Now he's gonna lose a lot of queens. Maru here smells blood. He's gonna target down those last 2 Banes as well. Serral all of a sudden might just die. Very high on that initial worker count and just doesn't seem to have the units to deal with this. What a terrible way to end this great first game. And then, is this what it is? Oh no, Serral. It's like that combat shield. That was a big difference. That is a big difference there. So he probably calculated that fight without combat shield. Then he saw it was like, hey, no combat, I can have it like this. And otherwise he probably waits a bit more. That was the worst timing to finish because he couldn't get a warning. He couldn't pull back anymore. He already got 2 tank shots right on his face. That was such an... It's not really unlucky, but it's kind of unlucky as well. He's gonna try and stay in for now, but it's gonna be freaking hard. There's a tank still available. These links are kicking reinforcements right in the butt. So that is big. Hydras will pop out. I wonder if Serral is gonna rush into lurkers as a result. I don't think so. He's not much of a lurker player in general. This is something you see though with other Zergs every now and again. Is they'll, like the moment they're behind, they want a stabilizing unit. They're like, okay, lurker is good here. All Banes went down again. Serral in a world of trouble. Queen count is good. The queens don't win fights past the 7-minute mark very much. They can survive, they can tank damage, but winning fights? That ain't them. 5th base here is going to get cancelled once more. Queens moving in towards the main base. That's 10 Marines against 10 Queens. I think Serral should be fine here as the Banelings moving in forward. Tanks trying to siege up. This is an okay fight. This is a good trade here for Serral. Pushes this back, at the same time push back the main base push. If you can take out these reinforcements, or at least these mines, that would be real nice. Clearing those mines would be huge. There's no hive yet. I'm not even sure if there's an infestation pit at the moment. No, he's throwing it down right at this moment. Ooh, Serral. No, Serral. Such a rough start for him there. That fight really... Yeah... That backfired. It felt like a good time, but if you know that combat's gonna finish in 3 seconds before you start running in, then you won't run in like that. You'll stall a bit, see if you can get a higher Baneling count, maybe pick up some more reinforcements, maybe even wait for 1-1 until you know you're gonna get a very good fight. Because he had more time, plenty of transfuses, plenty of queens as well. This is an okay trade if you can get any amount of connections. Got some connections there in the end. That's the surround didn't quite work. Really want to have that wraparound so that the Marines can't escape. Baneling's not available here. Queens holding their own though. +2 carapace really helping out there. Ooh, that's a full medevac that got sniped. That was important. Bunch of Marines also end up falling. 5th base. Is it gonna get cancelled? Might actually stay alive here. As these mines are having a tough time. Marines being taken out. Extremely good fight here for Serral. Still down in workers. This was as good as it's gonna get. Legit as good as it's gonna get. He's gonna end up taking out these mines as well. He's up about 20 supply all of a sudden. Queen semi in position to deal with this. Could take out maybe a medevac or 2. 5th base already landed though for Maru. Maru had 80 workers against 72. Just now Serral's adding in the muscular augments, which is the Hydra speed upgrade. Infestors, Burrow coming in as well. Alright. Now we have a game. It's crazy that Serral's still in this, by the way. Really should not be viable. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Pull back there. I'm not biased. I just want the game number 3. And I want the Europeans to win. Okay. Just what it is, alright? So, what is it when you like your continent? You have nationalism and contentionalism? Is that a thing? I don't think so. But it is now, and that's what I have. I feel strongly towards players from Europe. I want them to win real bad. And my own teammates as well, of course. Alright, Infestor Vipers on the way. This base is gonna get cancelled. I think that base is a distraction. I don't even think Serral really wants... Well, he would like it if he could, but he doesn't care so much about it. Once again, mine's being cleaned up. Does he have enough Banes there on the left side? I'm not sure if that's true. Maru keeps trying to do that little drop in the main base. Ooh, that was a good scam. He just wanted to clear creep, but he caught the infestors instead. That's actually kind of big. Serral still getting a good trade. Wow. Serral, absolute masterclass in not dying. That is very impressive. That actually was very impressive. I give that a lot of stars. (3-3) has now finished up. I don't actually think that Serral can push this far off creep. Serral disagrees and is going to continue pushing in forward. 6 base already moving over. Like, while Serral is staying alive, Maru is pulling ahead in eco, he's pulling ahead in upgrades. Serral really needs to freaking start his extra upgrades. Like, the level 3 carapace is vital. I think he forgot about it. Because his hive is done, right? He's finished his hive. Adrenal and carapace. Yeah, okay, now it starts. Range and carapace. He needs to start adrenal too. Like, that's freaking important. If he can cancel those CCs, that would be big. Please. Nah, it's not gonna get them. Oh, here comes a flank. Parasitic bombs. Yes. No. Okay. Oh, a couple more Hydras giving up their life for the swarm. Bodum will end up getting sniped. 40 more links on the way. Adrenal would be a good upgrade to get. Genuinely. Are those rocks down in front of the third base? Can we get a Mr. Observer? How about we show that? Those little rocks. I don't know if they're down. Come on. No, okay, they're not. I think that would be big. If you take those out, you open up some nice paths. The more open the map, the better it is for Zerg. Because it makes flanking much easier. And with high liberator counts, usually zoning is very important. So the bigger the space you can, you know, make these circumventing motions, the better it is. 6 lips on the way. So triple starport, 1 advanced ballistics as well on the way. Ooh, getting a lot of upgrades here. Still no adrenal, right? Or did I miss adrenal? Maybe I missed adrenal. It's possible. I don't think I have though. I don't think I missed it. I do miss stuff sometimes, so it's possible that I missed adrenal. Look at it, that lurking infestor. It's not coming with a flank. That's nice, that's nice, that's nice. Infestor, can you come in? Not quite gonna make it. Good fight nonetheless here for Serral. At least an okay trade. Maybe good. The thing is that if you... ooh, it's chasing very far. I'm not a huge fan of that usually. Oh, all of these ghosts are cloaked. It's gonna cost them a lot of energy. And they really didn't get a whole lot done there either. Serral expanding towards the top side. I wonder why he's not taking out the rocks. Oh, Viper's a bit far forward. Needs to be careful. 1 gets taken out there. Good ghost control. Oh my god. That Mind Drag was mental. Triple ghost here being taken out. Nice trades for Serral. And look, he can technically move towards the right and try and take out this base. Like, Maru's in a weird position where he really probably needs to somewhat defend this. If he loses this base, that is huge. If that planetary goes down, because that area is so freaking important for him. That was a safe zone for a rotation towards the bottom right side as well. But that safe zone has now disappeared with that planetary disappearing. I still believe that those rocks need to... yes. Okay, this needed to be done 4 minutes ago. Because now you're opening up the attack path towards the third base, which is genius. Because that allows those straight up base trades that we saw so much in game number 1. Every single time Maru moved out, there were freaking links in his third base. And so far this third base has been... it has been just by itself. It has been open. It has not been attacked yet. It has been chilling. Still no adrenal glands though. This is an issue. This really is an issue. I think Serral has just completely forgotten about it. Once again, I'll say that it is possible that he got it and I missed it. I missed the research, but I don't think I missed it. I don't think I missed it at all. Oop. And then it's Serral who missed it. Yeah. No planetary here just means you're in trouble the entire way through. Look at these links going. Oh, yeah, that might have been a bit much. You're gonna need liberators defending bases. So there's 2 weak spots right now. There's the third base, there's the middle area. And both of them need to be covered by liberators. I'm trying to see if there's any real sensor towers, but I don't think I see any. The quality of this live feed isn't quite good enough for me to properly see the minimap at times, so... my apologies for that. This has turned into an actual game, despite Serral just being dead. Like, you give that spot to any other Zerg, it's just over. Like, it actually is just over. Link's coming in once more. He needs to notice at some point. He needs to notice, like, man, my links, they seem a little bit weak today. He's gonna take out that command center. That's a big fumble. That's a huge fumble. There's only 2 medevacs out of energy. Are those all the medevacs that are here? No, there's a couple more. Also out of energy. Almost feels like getting Caduceus Reactor at this point is good. This army is seriously bruised. He instantly starts 4 new medevacs. Yeah, he needs that. His army was proper low as he's scanning everywhere. 4 more barracks on the way. Turrets coming in everywhere. What is Serral's plan going to be here? Relatively low work count. Hydra, Lingbane, Infestor, Viper. And now just a rotation towards the right side. Seems like such a clean play. Burrowed Infestor in between. Rotation towards the right side while you lose this fake bait. This is bait. This is bait. Maru is the fish here that's being hooked. The Hydras move in. We'll take out another lib. Snipes coming down though. We'll take out a bunch of Hydras there. Ooh. The fish just barely manages to escape. Just barely. Hydra's coming back in. We'll get a couple of kills here. Ship weapons level 2 on the way. As Serral retreats in time. Tried to go for a jump on these libs. Loses an Infestor for free. Sensor tower gets sniped. And these Hydras, 3 of the 4 will get sniped. Ghost continue chasing, which seems like a risky play. But Serral is not pouncing on the opportunity quite yet. Oh, can you move in here? Serral thinks yes, I think no. Oh! He missed one Baneling! He had no Overseers left! If he gets one more Baneling shot, that's -6. GG! Whoa. He's out of there. What a freaking game.